Welcome back, my Fae folk and Fae babes. It is Tash here, and today's set is not your sweet sugar cookie Christmas. This is Harlequin holiday energy. Think crisp contrast, playful drama, and a touch of old world mischief, all wrapped up in festive magic. This set is inspired by Holly and Ivy's new Harlequin holiday collection, and I knew the moment I saw it, she was destined for claws. We're blending classic Christmas tones with bold patterning, sharp lines, and that unmistakable Harlequin flair. The kind of set that feels theatrical, a little dangerous, and very main character at the winter feast. So grab your brushes, steady your hand, and let's turn festive into something unforgettable. Now first up is prep. I've got my medium almond après tips with a sculpted C-curve. And using a 180 grit file, I'm very lightly redefining the point to turn these into more of a skinny almond. I love doing this for my press-ons because I have naturally wider nail beds, so any shape that helps elongate and lengthen is a win. Now once the shape is locked in, I'm making sure not to touch the side walls too much. I'm gonna grab my E-file with a 180 grit sanding band and very lightly buff the surface to remove any shine off that tip. This is gonna help with the gel polish adhesion, making it last longer and less likely to lift off and pull. Keep your RPMs around 15,000 and use light pressure only. Forcing it here can flatten that pre-built apex and compromise the integrity of the press-on.
Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen lake, saying hi to every friendly face, and later we warm up by the fireplace. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house.
Now this side of the set has 2 gold chrome nails, 2 black, and only 1 red. And I'm all about getting the bases locked in because I'm visual and it helps me move through the design faster and keep everything cohesive. So I'm going to be using Madame Glam's True Fire Brick Red and Color Me Pretty's Black Caviar. Now I like to use 1 coat for my chrome bases since it is going to be covered up, but I do go for 2 to 3 coats for my standard color bases. And pro tip, chrome shows everything. Lumps, bumps, dust, or even a tiny bit of fluff that's been cured into the gel. So it's really crucial that your surface is perfectly smooth at every step and at every layer.
To wish us all a Merry Christmas.
When it comes to chrome, there are 2 finishes you can go for, mirror-like and grainy. A mirror-like finish is smooth, reflective, and glassy. Think Quicksilver. A grainy finish is more textured and sparkly, where you can visibly see the chrome particles sitting on the surface. We're going for that mirror finish, so a no-wipe top coat and an immaculately smooth surface are a non-negotiable. Take your time here. Look at the nail from multiple angles and make sure it's as clean as possible. Now you can use your line of light to test this by tilting the tip and checking for any ripples or texture. Now you might be wondering why we use black gel under chrome. Black creates a deeper, richer contrast, which is what really makes that gold pop from your nail. You could try this under a clear, but it's not gonna have the same impact and it might even look slightly translucent. Next, grab your applicator and apply the chrome. Focus on covering the entire surface, working the powder in multiple passes and really pushing it into the top coat to seal it in. To remove the excess, grab a cheap but clean makeup sponge. Kmart is perfect for this, and gently burnish any remaining chrome particles into the nail. This smooths out everything and gives you a clean base for the next step. And once you're done, repeat on the next nail. Now the first design of the set that I'm getting out of the way are these polka dots, inspired by the second bauble on Holly and Ivy's 62cm tiered geometric finial. I'm taking my thicker dotting tool and a white gel art paint from Madame Glam and very carefully placing the dots evenly across the nail. Focus on consistent sizing and spacing. Slow and intentional is key here. Now this design is simple, graphic, and such a perfect contrast against the bold base. Plus, it's trending with all the polka dot designs we've been seeing around, so I had to include this in my set. Now let's move on to the second most complicated nail and our first Harlequin print. This red, gold and black beauty is inspired by Holly and Ivy's high shine gold and black traditional Harlequin bauble. Before we start the fine art, I'm taking a base coat and applying a very thin layer to seal in the chrome. Why? Because detailed art like this can get a bit fiddly, and if I need to wipe back with alcohol or acetone for a cleanup, I don't want to lose that gorgeous chrome base we just worked for. So using a 25mm liner brush, I'm starting with an upside down V as my center guide. Then on the left side, I'm drawing evenly spaced diagonal lines running parallel to that V. Repeat on the other side, and that gives us the classic diamond Harlequin grid. Take your time here and don't rush the mapping. Once you're happy with the layout, start filling in the diamonds on either side of that center line, keeping your edges crisp and your spacing consistent.
Santa's coming home for Christmas, Daddy's coming home. Put on a show, get your ducks in a row, it's time.
Once you're happy, cure under UV and grab your black gel art paint. Using the same 25mm liner brush, start by carefully outlining the center diamonds and then slowly fill them in. The black is extremely unforgiving, so work in thin layers and use controlled, steady strokes. Rushing this step will show immediately. Now a pro tip is black gel is more prone to bubbling under UV because of its high pigment load, particularly pigments like carbon black, which absorb heat during polymerization. So thicker layers trap that heat, causing the gel to shift or bubble as it cures. So if in doubt, apply less product, cure thoroughly, and build coverage gradually for a clean, glassy finish. Is inspired by the 36cm Harlequin Santa coat. I'm starting with my 25mm liner brush and a white gel art paint, drawing two parallel lines down the center of the nail to create that paneled effect. You may need to adjust as you go. Tapered tips can definitely trick your eye into pulling the lines inward. Once I'm happy with the placement, I'll fill that section in using two thin layers of white, curing in between for an even finish. And once that's sealed under the lamp, I'll outline the white panel with a black liner, and then we can move on to the second Harlequin element. For this pattern, I'm mapping out X shapes down the center grid, then filling in the triangles on either side and leaving the middle panel white for contrast. You'll notice I do make a small mistake here. This is exactly why we sealed earlier. I'm using a brush with acetone to remove and realign the final diamond so the pattern stays balanced and even. But we're not done yet. This nail has a gold element, so I'm taking Yumi's matte art gel and applying a thin layer to the entire nail. And once cured, I'll remove the inhibition layer using a lint-free wipe and isopropyl alcohol. Now we can go in with Cocoa's No White Black accessory gel to refine and outline the black details. Once that's sealed, we'll repeat our earlier chrome application. Applicator, burnish, sponge, and just like that, the gold comes to life. Our pinky nail is relatively simple. Using the 25mm liner brush and true fire brick red again, I'm drawing a flame-like swirl diagonally across the nail. This mimics the curved swirl you see on certain baubles and helps give the illusion that the nail itself is rounded and dimensional. I'll start with the one thicker center swirl and then finish it off with a top and bottom accent to balance the design. Keep your pressure light and let the brush do the work. This one's all about clean movement and flow. Now finally, we've made it to the thumb, the most detailed and most time-intensive nail of the set. We're starting with a matte base and then using Cocoa's black accessory gel to begin mapping out the coat details inspired by the 43cm black and gold jewel nutcracker. This is slow, precise work and it can get messy quickly, so the phrase of the day is take your time. Work in smooth, controlled strokes and cure as soon as you're happy to avoid accidentally pulling or distorting your lines. We're focusing on key elements: the belt, lapels, pockets and buttons. Use less gel than I have loaded on my brush. This gel has a higher viscosity and will hold onto every swirl or ridge. So to get smooth lines, you may have to work it multiple times. Before curing, make sure the surface is as smooth as possible. Any texture left here will translate directly into the chrome and show through. Once everything looks clean, cure, chrome and seal. And that's our final nail complete. And here we have the finished set, a full Harlequin holiday moment, bold, graphic and unapologetically festive. Each nail tells its own story, but together they create something theatrical, playful and anything but traditional. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure to like, subscribe and comment below. Let me know which nail was your favorite. All products used are listed below, and remember, take your time, trust the process and don't be afraid of bold design. This story isn't finished yet. Part 2 is coming soon, so subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you on the next set.